Yo, what's up guys? In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you how to play the best Logbait deck like a pro in Clash Royale. So guys, I'm going to be trying to give you some pro tips and I'm going to be trying to help you out with Logbait because a lot of you have asked me like, how do you play Logbait at a high level? You know, what do you do? How do you beat this matchup? How do you beat another matchup? Or what are just some general tips to help me out with Logbait? I really like it. And so today I'm going to be trying to help you guys get better. If it does, please make sure to like and subscribe. And my number one thing in the beginning of every game with Logbait, and this applies for every single match in every single trophy range in the entire game, I try to figure out what my opponent is playing early on because how you play early on is very dependent on what deck they have. And right here, guys, we see that he has Goblin Drill. And right away, I like to think about what Goblin Barrel counters they have. And I know this guy, his ways to defend Goblin Barrel are typically going to be Snowball, and they are going to be Fire Spirit plus another card to help mitigate the damage, because I know that he only has Snowball and Poison. So I know that he has a bit of a hard time defending my Goblin Barrel, especially the Evolved Goblin Barrel. So in this matchup, I'm going to be trying to always have a tank for my Goblin Barrel, because since he only has Snowball pretty much as a spell, he's going to obviously struggle to take it out when there is a tank. Ooh, very good Fire Spirit by him, actually, I will say. We can go for the E-Spirit here as well. Okay, we have to Inferno Tower in front of this to defend the drill. Then we can get a nice log as well. And essentially, what our goal is here is to just make him use the Evo Snowball on defense. The easiest way for him to get through, guys, is an Evo Snowball. So we want him to actually Evo Snowball on our Goblin Barrel, but we want him to regular Snowball on the tower, because the regular Snowball is able to kind of push all of our troops back and destroy us a little bit. So we're going to go for the Evo Knight here, guys, and this is a really good opportunity because he has no Fire Spirit. And okay, wait, he just wasted a lot. Let's go for the Princess as well. He's going to go really aggressive, probably with the Evo Snowball, so it's E-Spirit to get to our log quickly to help defend. There we go. No damage. And then we can Knight here, guys. And you see, we have a Knight on each side. We're going to Evo Barrel here, and we have a tank for both lanes. And he doesn't have the Snowball and Cycle. He has Fire Spirit, but look at that, guys. The left side is on. We got some very nice damage over there on the left. He might Berserker, so let's gang here, try to take it out. Maybe retarget if we're lucky. Nice, very good retarget right there, guys. We're getting extra damage. E-Spirit for the Fire Spirit. Nice, let's Princess in case he tries to Skellies. And there we go. We get a bunch of damage right there, guys, and that's just off of one Evo Goblin Barrel sequence. Knight here to block Bomber. And now, oh, that was a really good Bomber placement. But now, because we're up so much damage, he's in a really weird position where he has to go overly aggressive. And that was all from just recognizing that he didn't really have the greatest Goblin Barrel counters in his deck. So we just got one really nice Evo Goblin Barrel push. And then we can just go for the Princess at the bridge here quickly. Just keep up the pressure, never really letting go. Against decks that don't have the greatest defense against your Goblin Barrel, you're able to be usually really, really hyper aggressive because they have such a hard time. They usually have to end up overspending and small stuff like that. And one thing you may have also noticed is that I am never, ever wasting my log against a Goblin Drill player, because I know that Goblin Drill plus Poison or Goblin Drill plus log always demands a response with our log. Let's go for the E-Spirit here, the Knight. There we go. We only take one drill hit, which is fine. We've only taken one drill hit this entire game, actually. And because he has rocket, guys, we can start going for our rocket cycles as well. Let's pre-rocket here in case he tries to Fire Spirit on top of our barrel. Oh, wrong side, buddy. Let's go. We're on the tower. Very good damage. We just need 2 more rockets to finish off the game. We're looking really good. He might try to go for a rocket here, so I'm not going to do any type of Goblin Gang. Let's log here. Then we go for the Knight on top as well, just to make sure that we're not taking too much drill damage. And this is pretty much just game over, because it's nearly impossible for a drill deck like this to make a comeback against Logbait, because we are just able to rocket cycle. So let's rocket here. I'm going to go for the low Princess. I know he's probably going to Snowball, but that's okay. Let's E-Spirit here anyways, just to help defend. Then we can go for the log, and that is good game, guys. We just have to get back to our rocket. Very nice win, and I will see you all in the next match. Let's go. Beautiful. All right, we're in the next match here up against Raiden. Just going to start off with our Goblin Barrel here. One thing I would like to add is that I always like to start off with my Goblin Barrel in the corner, just in case they have a tornado. They are able to activate there, but you're just getting the most amount of damage possible from them potentially activating the King Tower. And it looks like this guy is Royal Giant with the E-Spirit, the Skeletons, and the Hunter. So against Royal Giant, our main thing is just trying to figure out if they have a Fireball, if they have a Lightning, or if they have a Rage, because those are going to be their 3 secondary spells on top of either a Log or a Barbarian Barrel. So if they have Lightning, right, our Inferno Tower is not going to be of the greatest use, because they're going to be able to Lightning it away. But if they have a Fireball, then obviously Inferno Tower is going to be of crazy use, because they are unable to take it off the map, and we're going to be getting a lot of value from him not having a reset. And it looks like he has a fireball because he would have definitely went for the lightning there. He's going to try to RG at the bridge again. Let's make sure we go for the knight and we go for the immediate goblin gang. We are going to take some damage here, which is fine. Usually against these RG decks, you do take damage early on, but that's okay. We can go for the princess here, and because we know that he has a hard time breaking through later on in the match, we are going to be able to make a comeback in terms of damage anyway. I will barrel here with this knight because it's tanking for the tower, and he doesn't have log in cycle because he used log on our goblin gang, so we are able to get a little bit of damage back, and we can even E-Spirit to block this because I know he's going to have to Royal Ghost, so we can go for the Evo Knight to block that Royal Ghost to keep our princess low. No way that died. That's so unlucky, man. That ghost went invisible at the perfect time to make the princess walk forward. It's okay, though. We can still maybe get a decent sequence off of this, depending on how he defends. Yeah, he wasted the hunter. That's actually kind of nice for us. And with him having the fireball, rocket cycling is going to be pretty good for us because he's not going to be able to break through later on in the game. We can just go for the princess here as well, just to make sure that we don't take a hit from that hunter. We can't take any more damage from this point on, though, guys. Okay, we can go for the Evo Goblin in a second. I will get him to waste the E-Spirit, though, because I like to have the E-Spirit out before I go for the Evolves Goblin Barrel. Let's just make sure we... Okay, yeah, let's Knight here, guys. Then we go for the Knight, and then we can go for the Evo Barrel. I will put it on the side like this, because, yep, I can rocket this Hunter, guys, and this is what I'm talking about, the rocket cycle. Wait, can we maybe grab the fish? That'd be so lucky. Nah, but that's fine. That's still a lot of damage. And then we can just go for a Goblin Gang here to make sure that we take out this Royal Ghost, and then we have an Inferno Tower ready for the RG. With us getting all this damage back, the only way we really lose is if we make a big mistake. So we can just Knight over here on the side. We will have to watch out for that Hunter, though, of course. Let's get a nice Goblin Barrel here. I don't think he's going to RG. Oh, he does. Okay, let's Inferno Tower on the side here, guys, just to not really get predicted. I think that we can go for a nice E-Spirit as well. The main reason behind that Inferno Tower placement, though, guys, was just because I didn't want the Hunter to actually end up blocking for it, because then he would be able to Fireball our Inferno Tower and take it out, which is the whole reason why Inferno Tower is broken here, so we can never be letting that die. Okay, let's go for the Inferno Tower again here, guys. We go for the log so we can quickly drop the E-Spirit in front to block that. Wait, he has a lightning? What the hell? I did not think he would have a lightning with the way he was playing. Okay, let's go for the Goblin Gang here. Even though he has lightning, guys, now that means we just have to be abusing our Goblin Gang more, because with him having the lightning, it is a little bit harder for him to defend the Goblin Gang because he doesn't have a log for the barrel as often because he can't Fireball on defense. And also, that also means Princess is a lot more strong as well because he has no good trade for the Princess. We're going to be needing to abuse the Princess. Okay, let's go for the Knight here. Let's go for the anti-lightning Inferno Tower placement. If he goes for the lightning, we just have a log back. Then we can go for the Goblin Gang as well to make sure we don't take any damage. Ooh, beautiful defense. Okay. Thankfully, we figured out he had lightning before it lost us the game. That could have been very bad, actually. Okay, let's go for the Evo Knight quickly, guys. And we can go for a Goblin Barrel Evo as well, just to make him use his log. Because now if he uses his log, he can't really go in for an RG Lightning because he doesn't have log for the Goblin Gang. If he goes RG now, he won't even have enough for the Lightning. Anyway, bad Fisherman. He tried to yank our Princess up, but that's not going to really yank it. The first one got it anyway, so we just wasted elixir. We can go for the Knight up top here just to make sure that we're defending. Then we can go for a Goblin Barrel as well. Just keep up the pressure and trying to bait out the log. I like just going for these logs whenever you, these barrels whenever he has no E-Spirit, because then he can't get a cheap counter. So now, guys, we can just go for our Goblin Gang here, and he's not able to really remove it. We can go for the Inferno Tower as well just to be safe, but that's not getting any damage. Okay, let's go for the Rocket here because we have an Inferno Tower down distracting anyways. Can't really RG into that. He might try to Skelly, so let's E-Spirit block the Skellies. Then we can go for the Evo Knight at the bridge here. We go for an early Goblin Gang, and if he logs, he won't be able to afford the Lightning on the Inferno Tower immediately. Okay, we will need to get a Goblin Barrel down as well, though, because he's going to Lightning now. Okay, never mind. I thought he would Lightning, so I went for a defensive barrel there to try to help DPS the RG. Let's Knight here. Let's go for the E-Spirit. Then we have another Inferno Tower, guys, and I think we got this one. As long as we just go for the Inferno Tower here, we need to just rock it, and we won. Let's go. Very nice win, guys. And that was literally just us recognizing the strengths of our defensive units. Just, you know, seeing that he had lightning, so we abused our Princess, because our Princess would get a lot of value with him not having Fireball. And then, obviously, just really well-timed barrels to force out logs so we could get Goblin Gang on defense. GG's. Alright, guys. We're in the next match here against Yarno, and one thing I would like to let you all know is that there will be a Logbait guide this season, fully updated guide on how to play Logbait, so make sure you're ready for that, man. You Logbait enjoyers are going to be eating really good this season, man, just having all these videos about Logbait. And it actually looks like we're in a Logbait versus Logbait matchup. We're not in a mirror, though, because he has the Darth Goblin, but Logbait versus Logbait is still Logbait, although I will say, depending on the version, one of us could have a slight matchup. In the Logbait mirror matchup, some nice tips are just to try to keep your Princess alive for as long as possible. We both have great answers for each other, obviously, because we have a almost identical deck, but The only key difference, I guess, is that here I'm going to have the rocket and he's going to have the dart goblin. And what that basically changes is that he's going to have better pressure than me. E-Spirit and KC Princesses. Oh, I put it low. That was well played. He's going to have better pressure than me, but I'm going to have the rocket cycle. So my main goal in this type of Logbait versus Logbait, pretty much whenever you're against any Logbait Dart Goblin deck, your main goal is to just play really solid defense and try to rocket cycle. Obviously, you're not going to be able to rocket cycle a bunch if they pressure well, which they, of course, will. You're going to want maybe 1 or 2 rockets throughout the game and just finish them off that way with just really solid defense, because the Dart Goblin is really nice to pressure, but it's nothing, like, game-changing, in my opinion, where, like, it makes it so you can't win. It just makes it a little bit more difficult, and it's fine for us to take early damage, because even if we take early damage, we have the rocket cycle to bring us back. That's pretty much how all Logbait Dart Goblin versus Logbait matches go. The player with the Dart Goblin will get an early lead, but then the guy with the rocket is going to rocket cycle, and it's just up to how good does the rocket cycle player defend. So, guys, we're mainly just focusing on defense. We're only going to get good damage when we have the Evo Goblin Barrel, because obviously he has really, really good responses. Mainly, we're using the Evo Goblin Barrel to get a positive elixir trade to open a way to rocket cycle his tower. Let's Evo Knight here. He might Princess the bridge in the other lane, which is fine. We can go for an Evo Barrel plus log if he does. Okay, I'm going to log here on the Dark Goblin, guys, and we have the E-Spirits for the Goblin Barrel, then we get Goblin Gang too, just to make sure that we don't take any damage. And we could get a really nice rocket on that Princess. I'm tempted, but there's no point to rush things and go too early. I want to get good control of the game first to make it even harder for him to punish us. So let's go for the Knight here. Let's get the log. That was a really valuable log. Then we can go for an E-Spirit plus Goblin Gang again as well. We will take probably 2 hits, which is fine because we have a really big counter push. I'm going to go Princess here to try to snipe his Princess down. We can go for the Evo Goblin Barrel as well, guys. This is looking really good for us. Take out his Princess. Okay, nice. Wait, hold up, guys. Look at that right side. We're getting a bit of damage. We're already starting to come back, and we're having to watch out for the Evo Barrel here because I know he does have the Evo Goblin Barrel coming up. We have to log here. One nice thing about Evo Barrel here is that if I can just block the tanks, we can ignore it. Wait, let's Evo Knight here to keep this alive. Then we go for the gang over here. We go for the E-Spirit on top like this. Oh my god, the Princess! Wait, that Princess locked it in. Oh my, wow. Okay. Now we're going to take the rocket on this Evo Dark Goblin here. It's Evo, so it's really good to get it off the board. And then we're also just getting free damage. We have Princess here for the Goblin Gang. Nice. We're just kind of controlling the game now. Because here with this position, having a Princess down is really good for us. We have the Knight ready in case he tries to go for a Princess Bridge. He doesn't, but it was just to be careful. We can just go for a Knight into the Princess here. He might try to pressure us opposite lane. Let's get a Goblin Gang behind the tower. Just making sure that we're safe. I know he's going to protect that. Let's get an E-Spirit. Then we get a Princess down. We have to log in the front here because that barrel is in the front. We need to make sure that we're hitting the Dark Goblin so we don't take any damage on our tower. Then we can Knight here to block for both Princesses. Nice. Let's go. Beautiful Knight right there. That means we can rocket the tower because he wasted the Princess into the Knight. And we still have a Princess down of our own as well that he's going to have to block so it doesn't kill the Dark Goblin. We can Inferno Tower like this, E-Spirit, and then we have the log. Should be no damage, maybe 1 hit. Nope, not even a hit. Beautiful defense. We have to be careful though, guys, because when you do have to Inferno Tower defensively like this, it can get kind of dicey. Let's go for the Princess low here to take out that gang. Then we have a nice high Evo Knight for everything. I'm going to wait a second. Okay, let's get a gang here. That Princess will save us against that barrel for no damage. Beautiful. Then this means we can get a rock on the tower. Oh my god, we hit the Princess. Nice. Come on, hit the Princess. Beautiful rocket, guys. And then we can even log on the Dark Goblin here just to relieve some of the pressure. We're going to go for the Knight here. Let's E-Spirit as well. Beautiful. We blocked that Princess. We can get another rocket down, guys, because we have 2 Princesses on the board. We're kind of controlling the match perfectly. We can get a really nice log here on everything as well. Then we get a Princess, we get a gang, then we get an E-Spirit on the other side as well. Just being very careful about everything, making sure that we abuse the Electro Spirit on defense because the Electro Spirit is really good against Logbait, and we can get another rocket on the tower, guys. And you see, it was looking a little bit scuffed up until triple elixir, and then once we got good momentum, we just started rocket cycling in triple elixir because you don't need to always win with your Goblin Barrel, guys. I think we played 3 Goblin Barrels in total this game, and we just rocket cycled because sometimes your win condition doesn't even need to be Goblin Barrel. Sometimes you can win by just rocket cycling, getting a Princess at the bridge. But very nice win, and I will see you all in the next match. Alright guys, we're in the next match here up against Eenies. Just going to go for the split Goblin Gang in the back. And one thing that I now would like to talk with you guys about is common mistakes that Logbait players make, because I feel like I kind of gave you guys a general baseline on what you do, but I want to try to give examples on what to avoid. So one thing that I would like to say is that I think the biggest difference between a good Logbait player and a great Logbait player, if not like the best of the best, is how they use the Princess. The Princess is the most important card in Logbait, or at least this Logbait deck, in my opinion. The way you use it has to be very, very smart and precise. There's no really randomness to how I'm using my Princess. I'm never going for like random princesses at the bridge with no meaning, even though it may seem like that sometimes, because sometimes, you know, it's kind of hard to know the underlying reason behind why you're doing, like, for example, a princess at the bridge or maybe a princess in the back. But I do think that people way too often go for a princess at the bridge without thinking how their opponent's going to defend. For example, if I go princess the bridge against this guy and he has a baby dragon in hand, well, all I'm doing is I'm getting 2 hits and I still have to defend the baby dragon for, let's say, 3 elixir with my knight. So I'm spending 6 elixir for 500 damage, but I'm getting, you know, a -2 trade for 500 damage. So depending on, like, say I'm up 2 elixir, maybe that might be a good play, but I'm never doing it randomly. So you're going to be wanting to think about how your opponent will be defending the princess at the bridge. For example, if I go for a princess the bridge and they have a minion horde, I'm just going to lose the game. So you kind of need to know and have an idea on how your opponent is going to be defending your princess at the bridge. And I know against this guy, he doesn't have any good answers for my princess the bridge. So I'm going to be trying to avoid playing her at the bridge early on, because I know that every time I put her on the board, I will be getting a positive trade, and there's nothing that he's able to do about that, because of how frustrating his deck is against Princess. We will go for the Evo Knight here, not only to keep her alive, but we're going to tank for our Evo Barrel. I will Evo Barrel E-Spirit here, then I'm going to gang as well, because I know he's going to try to go for the Barbs on the side. Go for another Princess here, guys, and because we cycled that one early, guys, look, we killed his Baby Dragon, we're going to kill his Barbs, and we took the whole left side tower, all from just playing a Princess in the back instead of at the bridge. If I dropped it at the bridge, he would have went Baby Dragon, I would have went Knight, and then the game would have reset. But now I'm up a tower, I've taken no damage, and I'm looking really good to win this game. Let's go for the E-Spirit here on the side. Then we can go for the Inferno Tower in the middle. I know the only way for us to lose this is against the Evo Electro Dragon on the Inferno Tower. So I'm just going to have my rocket ready for that and just not really put too much thought into it. Let's Knight here because he might try to NATO that in. So we're just not going to let him NATO the Knight into the Inferno Tower. And we pretty much just win this game. And once again, guys, you look, this Princess is still alive. Like I said, he literally cannot touch it. We have a second Princess down. We can go for a Goblin Gang, and we won this game very easily. We took 1 Baby Dragon shot on the tower. GG's. Really perfectly played match. And what I'm trying to say basically is that if your opponent can't kill Princess, try not to play her at the bridge and know how they're going to be defending your Princess every single time. Alright guys, we're in the next match here up against Gohan. Just going to start off with the log here and try to figure out what this guy's playing. We do see that he has the Dagger Duchess, which is never a good sign, but Dagger Duchess typically means Giant Prince, and yeah, there's a Dark Prince in the bomber. It is going to be Giant Prince. One tip I would like to give, and just like, I mean, maybe not a tip, but maybe this is more of a mistake to avoid. Always, like, make sure you're cycling to your evolutions. I see a lot of people liking to go overly aggressive instead of just cycling to their evolutions. We do have to eat that, sadly, but I see, like, for example, someone going for a Princess at the bridge first play instead of going for a Goblin Barrel, but you have the Goblin Barrel evolution, so there's no need for you to get that early 200 guaranteed damage with the Princess when you can just get to your evolution with the Goblin Barrel, which will put you up in elixir later in the game. Literally, evolutions are just a better version of a card, which makes them harder to defend, which makes them usually force out more elixir on defense, so it's just going to give you a positive trade and make your, like, time easier on winning the game. Let's Princess the back here. Although in this matchup, it's a little bit different because he has Dagger Duchess. So we are going to be needing to cycle as many Knights as possible. Evo Knight is going to be our best friend in this matchup, but Evo Barrel is kind of going to be, I'm not going to say our best friend, but it's definitely not like a big friend either, because obviously the Evo Barrel does get fully countered by the Dagger Duchess, which is just a little bit unfortunate, but it's how it works sometimes. But we're just going to be needing to make sure that we're getting our Knight as much as possible. Let's get a Goblin Gang here for that Prince. We can get a nice Princess because I know he's going to zap. Yep, there we go. Then we can get a nice Evo Knight down. I'm going to make it charge onto the Knight because it has the shield. Then we can go for maybe a E-Spirit Barrel. Let's log here on this. He has Evo Bomber, so maybe I'll chill out because I do want to try to activate King Tower off that. Yeah, let's go for the Evo Barrel now because I think he's going to go for the Evo Bomber. We could get a nice King activation off of it. Nice. Okay, let's go. Like, look, guys, I could E-Spirit the Mega Minion here for no damage, but I'd rather save my E-Spirit for the Bomber and activate my King Tower off of it, so then I don't have to waste anything crazy. Let's go for the E-Spirit here to activate our King Tower, guys, and we're actually looking good. King Tower activation is going to help out a lot in this matchup. Let's Princess the Bridge. Princess the Bridge is going to be our main form of damage in this matchup because obviously the Dagger Duchess is so good against us. Just going to go for the Knight here, then we can maybe go for an early Inferno Tower like this. Sadly, we couldn't really barrel because I knew that he was going to drop a card in the back. They kind of always drop cards in the back early like that. We could go for a nice Goblin Gang here, though, on the side, making sure that we're bringing that over. Then we have a nice E-Spirit plus Log here on top of the Bomber. Let's go for the Knight, bring the Mega Minion in, and we have to be very careful on this defense because we could easily lose if we're not cautious. Let's E-Spirit. Let's go for the Log here. Then we have to go for the Inferno Tower again. And we should be all right. Beautiful Inferno Tower here. This King Tower activation is going to help us out so much, guys. Thing is, we're still down in damage, so we still need to make sure that we're locked in and getting more barrels and princesses on the tower. It's just so difficult. Let's go for the barrel here. We could princess, but I'm not going to overly aggress because I think he's going to dark prince, so I may as well not do anything. Wait, one hit? Nice. Okay, beautiful. Always good to get those one-off hits. Let's princess the bridge right now. He has no bomber. He probably has to mega minion, but we're only doing it, guys, because we have E-Spirit. That's the kind of thing I was trying to talk about with the princess at the bridge randomly. You need to make sure that you know what they're going to do, and I knew he was going to mega minion, so I made sure that I had my E-Spirit so I don't go down a bunch of elixir trying to get one princess shot on the tower. Okay, let's go for the... Oh, wait, I'm going to rocket this. This is definitely a rocket, guys. We need the damage. From here on, though, we're only defending, but... I think I need that rocket because he has a very decent amount of spell damage. Let's E-Spirit. Let's log here. We can go for the knight up top as well. Beautiful knight, and that's fully defended. We're good. Oh, let's go. Okay. The reason I went so aggressive with that rocket, guys, is because he has Evo, Zap, Rage, and Fireball, so he actually nearly out-damages us in the spell cycle race, so if he ever gets, like, close to us in damage, we're just going to lose because of the Evo Zap. So let's go for the Knight in the back here, making sure that we're playing it safe. Just have to be careful of the Evo Bomber. As long as we don't get caught slipping by an Evo Bomber, I think we should be good. Let's just go for the Princess in the back here, then we have E-Spirit to reset, or... We could rocket this, but I don't think it's worth it because the Mega Minion's in front. Let's log here. Beautiful. Go for an early gang. Then we can go for a Knight. Then we get a second Inferno Tower down, guys, because he used the Evo Zap, so he has no way to reset the Inferno Tower because we got a second one. Can make sure to get an E-Spirit log here. Make sure to hit the Evo Bomber as well. Beautiful. We get a nice Princess Knight here up top. We're looking great, guys. We can get another Inferno Tower right when he uses the Zap because he has to Zap that again. Having the early Inferno Tower was so smart, actually. Yeah, this is kind of over from. There's nothing that he can do from this position, I believe. Just going to go for the log here. He's going to try to go in again. Let's get a pre-Evo Knight. We get a pre-Goblin Gang and GG's. Very nice win. Let's go, man. That was a beautiful played match. A beautifully played match. Let's go. We're in the next match here. It's going to go for the Goblin Barrel here. And one thing, guys, that I would like to add is... Wait, let's go for the log here. One thing that I would like to add is you need to understand that you don't need to win the game immediately. I feel like I always see people losing one positions just trying to win the game immediately. Bro, chill out, man. What the hell? This is the most aggressive player of all time. We do take a lot of damage here, but he's going to have to spend a lot of elixir on defense, actually. And he's kind of low because he just literally went everything at the bridge. Let's go for the barrel in the front here. Then we can E-Spirit to reset this. Inferno Dragon, maybe splash the gang too. Come on. Nice. I hit the whole Goblin gang pretty much. At least the parts that matter because this will die to our Princess. Let's Knight in front of this because I know he only has Mega Knight as a tank other than Miner. We have gang here ready because he might try to go for the... Oh, he goes for the defensive Skelly Barrel? What? That's kind of weird. I guess I'll just go for a log here. Then we can go for a Goblin gang in front just to keep that alive because he only has Zap. That won't take it out. Nice. I want a Princess for the bats or spears. Okay, Princess here. Beautiful. We're still alive, guys, and we can maybe E-Spirit to predict his bats because he doesn't have the greatest cycle for this. Go E-Spirit here for the bats. Oh, he went Goblin Gang. That's fine, though. That's still taking out the whole Goblin Gang. We have Evo Knight plus Evo Goblin Barrel, so we could go a little bit aggressive, but I'm just going to chill out. But, guys, even though we're down a lot of damage, that doesn't mean we need to go really, really aggressive because I know that he only has Miner, and he only has a Zap. It's not like he has a big spell, so he can't make any type of crazy comeback as long as we're being really, really smart about it. We can get away with an Evo Barrel plus Gang here. Oh, especially after that. Yeah, this guy just lost his tower. There's nothing he can do to save that tower unless he gets like a late Evo Zap. Oh, he has a curse. Okay, let's go for the log here, guys. Make sure we take this out. And look at all of that damage, man. But I only really did it because I did have a feeling that... Okay, wait. Okay, we're fine. I was kind of scared of that. I did have a feeling that he wouldn't really have the greatest answers for it, but at the same time, I also knew that we would be able to defend regardless. You need to be making sure that you're not going too overly aggressive against these decks because you have to understand if they can or can't defend and if you even need to be that aggressive because against a deck with no big spell, you're always able to win even if your tower is very low on HP because you're not needing to over-aggress. Let's go for the barrel here. He has no gang, so we don't need a pre-log. He could spears on the side, but that's fine. We still defend well. Let's just get a nice Princess in the back here. This guy has a really hard time dealing with our Princess, and we can just go for a nice Goblin Gang. I'm going to put it higher, though, in case he goes for the Goblin Curse. If he Curse Zaps us, then the Princess can save us. I will Inferno Tower in the middle here, just making sure that we're playing this very safe without any risk. We can cycle our Knight towards it as well. I will log because I can get a nice E-Spirit or Princess on top of the Skelly Barrel. We will have to E-Spirit probably, then we can go for a nice secondary Inferno Tower on top of that, because the Mega Knight will be knocking everything back like crazy. But then we have another Knight down as well, so we just cycled so many defensive Knights. Very good, and we can just rock it for a very nice win. GG's.